Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Monday the 7th, and today is a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, fairly decent time frame. Karen got up extra early for her. She had to get into work, get a bunch of stuff done. She's trying to get a week's worth of work done in 2.5 days, so she's got like double the workload because she's taking off. We're flying out Wednesday, so she's gonna go work like half a day on Wednesday and then have Thursday, Friday off. So she's got a bunch of stuff to get, basically, I guess, caught up on, or actually ahead on is a better way to put it. So, but she got up, got the birds out and whatnot, whatever, and basically laid back down a little bit while she got ready for work and headed out. I got up, got a couple things done around the house, kind of chilled out a little bit. Went over and got my truck loaded up for basically a beach trip for my cousin and her family. They're down here for a few days, so they wanted to do a beach day, and they're like, today or tomorrow. I'm like, my suggestion would be 100%. If the weather looks nice tomorrow, or for today, get it done. And then we never know what the weather will look like on Tuesday. So they thought that made sense. So they went ahead and basically they were gonna come over in the morning. So I got up decent enough early time, got around, went and got the truck loaded up, got the tent put in it, got a bunch of lawn chairs, got the shovels because the boys wanted to. The one kid just loves to dig holes. That kid loves to dig a damn hole, no matter what, loves to dig a hole. To the point, even last night when we were out at dinner and stuff, he kept asking, like, if I had a shovel, he could go dig a hole when he was at the restaurant. And then, like, are we gonna have a shovel tomorrow and stuff? And I said, yep, we'll have shovels tomorrow, don't worry about it. So, but I went ahead and got a little kid shovel I bought him last time they were here that I had in there for him. And then went ahead and basically got the little mat he put down underneath your chairs and stuff, and got the cooler ready and got all that kind of stuff, everything ready for him, and everything was good to go. Got the tricycle, the adult size tricycle, but a big fat tire bike that came from Karen's son that has whatever. So got that basically loaded up in the truck. Everything else I did put the wrench in there with it too, so I could lower and raise the handlebars so it fits in. I can close the topper up, and then waited for them to get there. They finally showed up. They came to the house because of that whole moving vehicles around and whatnot. So we decided, because there's no back seat in my truck, there's no seat belts, so the boys can't really ride in the back of the truck. And then I can't drive the rental car because I'm not in their insurance plan and whatnot. So I said, hey, one of you guys drive the truck, the other one of you drive the car, and then I'll take the motorcycle over. You guys can follow me. I'll show you where to park. So I got free parking. And then I left the motorcycle and the rental car and a free parking spot by a little park that virtually always has parking, so it works out really well for us. So we headed over, we chilled out the house for a little bit and stuff, and we headed over, got all our stuff in the cooler, got there, parked the equipment, we all piled into the truck, and we're only going a couple blocks, so didn't worry about seatbelts there really. So went ahead and piled in the truck, went to the one lane to get in, realized they've converted to a prepaid, like you already had to have your pass, and I haven't renewed my pass this year, so I was like, shit. So I went ahead and said, hell, it went on down, did a U-turn on the beach, came back out, went down to the next one, paid my, I think it's only like 25 bucks for a season pass for a resident, but got that paid, headed on to the beach, and then drove back up right where we, basically really close where we were, so we're walking distance in case they wanted to go somewhere to go get food or something. They were within walking distance of the rental, so it worked really well for them. And she dropped a GPS pin on her car for that purpose also, so she could find it once they got off the beach. But we hung out on the beach for a while, got the tent and everything all set up, and they're like, what can we do? And I'm like, actually, I said, right now you can go play on the beach, because I know my setup of how I get the stuff out, how I get it all laid out, and how I do it. So it'd be easier for me just to go ahead and do it. And then George helped me set the tent up, pulling it out and getting anchored down. So we tied it to my truck, so it's all good. And basically, my big thing is, if the wind blows it away, I don't want it blowing into somebody else's equipment, so I actually ratchet strap it to my truck, and it seems to work pretty well. So the wind wasn't too bad today, so it wasn't really a big deal there. We hung around a little bit. They went and played in the water. We were there for a little while, not real long, but it was kind of weird because I didn't have any dogs here except, of course, my own dog. But I was like, oh, I kind of feel like I have a full day off, but then it turned into not a day off because I'm now here doing the beach thing with them, which was a great time. I enjoy being around my family, so they're part of the family I actually enjoy. So we hung out and played around. Brody's over there just digging a hole. He just loves digging a hole, man. He was just going at it. And then he broke the shovel, and he kept using the shovel part without the handle as like a scooper, which actually worked better for him because his hole was deep enough at that point that he could actually get down in the hole and scoop it out, and the handle would have been in the way. So I had a real life adult shovel in there, but I'm not sure if you're allowed to have adult-sized shovels on the beach. I think you're not supposed to. So told them, I said, it's up to you guys want to use the truck or not, but completely your call. I don't know if you'll get yelled at by beach patrol or not. So, but they went ahead. We hung out there for a while. George rode the trike down to go get some hot dogs and hamburgers for the kids and them, and basically came back and we were chatting a little bit. And as we're eating, a weird gust of wind out of nowhere come whipping up. I saw a tent jump up. I jumped up, tried to grab it, and didn't catch it. It flipped backwards on top of my truck. So George and I got it off, and I said, finish eating your ice cream. Actually, at that point, they had ice cream. I'm like, dude, just finish eating your ice cream, man. It's just melting. It's not gonna matter at this point. So I got it all basically collapsed down, went and threw it in the trash can. So somebody get some scrap metal out of it, and it's gone. But I bought it for $10 4 or 5 years ago. I've got probably 35, 40 trips out of it. So I'm not really too concerned, but I didn't anchor the outside down good enough, whatever. So, but it happens, and it is what it is. But I've got a really fancy one that I use when I go camping that I don't take to the beach because it's hard to anchor it into the sand. Where at the campgrounds, I can really drive a stake in the ground and anchor it real well. And it's a couple $100. I don't want to risk it getting destroyed at the beach. So now I got to start looking for a cheap, crappy one again to take to the beach. So kind of go from there. But yeah, hung out there, and then shortly after that, I got a call from my wife that says that she fell at work and really hurt her leg, and she's on her way to the hospital to get looked at, and they end up deciding to go straight to the ortho. And yeah, there's like a orthopedic clinic that she headed to, and I asked her, so you want me to come? I can leave right now. And she's like, no. She goes, nothing you can do. So the owner of the company, her boss, is there with her. So they went there, and I just hung out at the beach for a while, and I'm like, okay, it's that weird, like I can't do shit, but also there's nothing I could do if I was there with her either, so it don't really matter, but kind of is what it is. So we were kind of sitting around and kind of just doing our thing, and got a lawnmower out here, it's super loud, but went ahead and hung out on the beach for a while. The kids were there having fun, everybody's having a good time. But finally, after a while, I said, well, it's hot. I need to go home. I need to get my run in. I need to be able to go get her from the hospital if she needs to be getting home. So I basically headed out, left them there at the beach, told them to hang out as long as they wanted. Everything was good to go there. So basically, I jumped on the motorcycle. I headed home. Basically reached out to her, and on the way back, I reached out to my wife and asked if she wanted me to swing by just to kind of sit with her at the hospital and stuff. And she said they actually went all the way up to Port Orange to the ortho, which is basically a state of my trip of being transferred, I guess is the best way of looking at it. So she told me it wasn't worth the trip up there, so her boss is still hanging out there with her and just all that good fun stuff. So yeah, I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So I went ahead and headed home, got to the house, and got a couple of things accomplished real quick. And I realized that if I had to go get her at the hospital, my car keys are in my truck on the beach with Norma and George, and she can't get on a motorcycle. I don't think I can get her in the Corvette because I don't think with her leg dicked up I'd be able to get her into the car, and my Suburban don't have air conditioning. So at this moment, I'm kind of screwed, and her keys are with her in Port Orange, so I have no way of getting her. So, which worst case scenario, I would have swung by work and just grabbed somebody else's car and been like, hey, I need somebody that has air conditioning, preferably an SUV. I can get her in with her leg the way it is. So, but luckily it didn't work. It didn't have to happen. Her boss brought her home. We were figuring out basically when they were coming home how to go back get the car and whatnot. And then they actually stopped by the shop, and then the husband and wife owner team, he grabbed her car and basically drove it home. So, they both know how to drive stick shift. So they brought the stick shift home for us and dropped it off. And then we're getting her out of the car, and she thought she was doing pretty good on the crutches, which we grabbed some crutches. We had a set, they had a set. We got them about to the height we needed, and it turned out we had them too short, which kind of sucks. But in the process of trying to get her off into the house on the crutches, she twisted her leg. She put, just kind of putting pressure on her legs. She didn't want to, and of course, yells and hollers and hurts and pain, and just they didn't give her any pain pills. Told her to take Tylenol. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? They go, we'll give you pain pills after the surgery. And I'm like, bitch, give her pain pills now. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? So it's that whole thing there. So I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So I said, hold on, I'm gonna go get your dad's wheelchair because he's across the street. So I ran across the street, grabbed the wheelchair real quick, ran back over, got her in the wheelchair, and then got her inside. And then basically everything's good there. Then had to get her out and go to the bathroom and stuff. So she's hobbling around, and got the crutches set up at a better height and better positioning for her. Also, I had her put her shoe on her good leg because it'd raise her up a little bit because her leg is so straight that when she's on the crutches and trying to swing her leg forward, that it's one of those deals where she's hitting her foot on the floor, which is so crazy. It's absolutely ridiculous. But during this whole time, my cousin had showed up before they got there, right before my wife got back. So they were there at the house, and they were all playing in the pool, which was actually good because it kept the boys out of the way and stuff. We didn't have to worry about none of them and them bumping into her because they're young, rowdy boys, you know. So I got her in there, got her all figured out, whatnot and stuff. Ended up putting her in a dress because she can't put pants on. She's got her leg all wrapped up and braced up and all that kind of junk. So we got her in a dress and whatnot. And then Mom had made dinner, and we were kind of figuring out about what time we're going to eat. So I went back out and I had a little talk with the boys, and I informed them of the fact that she's in a lot of pain, and she's also mentally sad right now because she screwed up our trip to Iowa, which shit happens, not a big deal there, but she's now like, oh, this sucks because our trip to Iowa was canceled and so on and so forth, and figuring out when she could have surgery, probably Wednesday and everything else, and all the good fun with that. But I informed them, I'm like, hey, when you get back inside, you guys are not horse playing around. You're not gonna be throwing a ball, you're not gonna be running, not gonna be chasing, not gonna, like, even if you think you're nowhere near, you can't run near her because she's gonna think you're gonna slip and fall and bump into her, and that's gonna add stress on her life. So if you cause her stress, I will ruin your time. And I informed them that fact, that I was not playing around, and I really needed you guys to listen to me, and you got to give her the biggest berth you could ever imagine of space. Stay away from her, don't get close to her, none of that kind of stuff. So they got it, they calmed down enough to understand, and it was all good. So basically we ended up bringing them in, got them dried off and stuff from the pool. We had dinner, we're all hanging out and talking and stuff and whatnot. Then basically we were kind of back and forth, and Karen decided she was doing a couple of things and whatnot, and then Norm and them were leaving, and we were getting them all in the car, getting ready for them to take off, go back to Orlando. And the one of them was like, oh, I want to go give Karen some of the seashells she found. So we wanted to give her a gift. So he headed back inside, gave her a seashell, kind of thing and stuff and whatnot. So we kind of chatted a little bit, and they got out of there. And then we got her some basically comfortable as we could get. Got her up on the bed, just kind of relaxing and stuff. And it was funny because she doesn't want to take any pain pills because she's still got to get drug tested because it was a work comp issue. And when they do the drug test, if there's anything that's in her system that's not her prescription, it's going to throw up a problem. So yeah, it is that. We ended up with some THC gummies that was given to us that, like, here, tell her to take this much of this one and whatever to help with pain. But we still haven't taken a drug test yet, so she can't take in the gummies until she takes the drug test. So it's that whole concept of like, well, you gotta be healthy, it's a pain in the damn ass. She don't have a medical card or nothing, but kind of is what it is. So yeah, there's that. That's always fun. So we went ahead from there. Basically I ended up back outside. Finally said hold it, and she was semi-comfortable. She was as comfortable as she could be, and I ended up heading back outside, just sitting out there, basically kind of relaxing and just kind of detoxing myself, just decompressing, not detoxing, just decompressing myself, and have myself a nice cigar. It's just hot as balls. It's so hot, it just sucks. But just all the stress and everything else going on, and the trip getting canceled and stuff, it all just bad timing. But could have been a lot worse. Could have happened up in Iowa, and would have had to deal with those shitty hospitals up there. So we're way better off it happened down here. But yeah, it's always so much fun. But got done with that, headed back in. Every time I told her, so you're not allowed to get up out of bed without me there. So getting her up and down, and basically right there with her the whole way, and all that good fun stuff that comes with it. She's, like I said, semi-comfortable, but it is what it is. Went across the street when I was getting in the wheelchair and asked my father-in-law, I'm like, why is it so damn hot in here? So I went and checked the furnace, or the air conditioning system, the thermostat, and it was 86 degrees in his house. I was like, what the hell? I said, did you turn the temperature up in the heat? He goes, no, it's pretty kind of warm in here, wasn't it? And he's sweating. He's just sitting on the couch sweating. And I'm like, yeah, it says 86 degrees in your house right now. And he goes, what? I said, did you mess with the thermostat? No, I didn't touch it. I'm like, are you sure you didn't touch it? Because I'm thinking you touched it. He's like, no, I didn't touch it. And I'm like, are you sure? Because it's off. Like, either I now have to get a repairman out here to find out what the hell's going on, or you admitted you touched it. He goes, well, yeah, I was trying to adjust it. And I'm like, okay, then why lie to me? So I got his AC turned back down and set it back down to 74, I think is where I had it set at. So I got it set back to 74, got the AC back on, and it's all good to go. And then over at our house early in the day, when the boys were there and stuff, everybody's running in and out of the house, our house was warm, and somehow our thermostat got set to like 70 or something. Our house is 78, in there, and I was like, okay, how do our thermostat get set to 70? Like, that makes no damn sense. And I was like, okay, what the hell's going on here? So I asked Mom if she messed with how's it going. And Mom's like, no, I didn't touch it. I'm like, really? I'm like, what do you mean you didn't touch it? Well, I didn't touch it. I'm like, somebody had to touch it. Like, it was off. It was also turned off as well. And I was like, okay, what the hell's going on? So I think probably what happened was all the kids ran in the house, front and back door open like 20 times, and it's hot as balls outside. I think the furnace or the air conditioner didn't keep up, and I'm assuming Mom went over there to try and turn it down or check on it, whatever, and then hit the wrong buttons, because it's not dial anymore. Everything's all fancy computer shit, programmable and all that crap. So, but she's saying she didn't. I'm like, somebody did, you know. I can't see why anybody else in here would have done it. But so now I'm like, okay, are both of my air conditioners screwing up, or people messing with them? But Mom swears she didn't touch it. So now I'm thinking I need to go look into buying a new thermostat, because I definitely don't want to have this thing dying on us and not be able to get a replacement. Or especially because I was thinking we're gonna be in Iowa and my air conditioner dies and my house gets all full of mold for a week while I'm gone. It's 100 degrees in my house, kind of thing. So yeah, hopefully, I'm just hoping she messed with it and just doesn't want to tell me she messed with it, which that's what I'm going to go with the plan, my thought, and that's what it is, but who the hell knows. So yeah, went ahead and got that done. That was earlier. The air conditioner's working. I went ahead and changed the air filter just in case too, make sure I have better airflow through it. So I got that changed out. But yeah, it was an interesting day. And my wife drives 6 shift, so I got to look at buying her a new car, because the vet and her car both stick. So she can't, with the left leg kneecap broke and needing surgery, she's not going to be able to do shit there for like driving clutch kind of thing. So my truck randomly doesn't start, so I won't trust her with it. And the Suburban doesn't have AC yet. All my parts are in the garage, but they're not installed yet. So I gotta figure out something. And I did make the remark that I had to go buy her a new car, and the shop owner's like, let her take my car, we'll drive her car, it's not that big a deal, so we'll swap cars if we need to. So there is that option, at least if I don't find something that she wants. I'm kind of used as a motivator to get her to just pick out a new car to go buy, because I've been wanting to get her a car anyway for a while. And the original plan was to give her son her car, and then when she goes and buys a new car, he can have the old Focus, because trade-in value ain't shit on that thing. So the other option is I thought about turning her Focus into my truck and throwing my truck away, and then having the extra vehicle there that way. So, but who knows? We'll see. But hard telling. So, but yeah, that was the plan. Got back in there finally. Got her somewhat comfortable. Asked her if she wanted me to sleep on the couch, so I didn't take a chance of bumping into her and what tonight. And she said absolutely not. She'd prefer I was there and run that risk, which means I don't sleep as good. I don't sleep with a shit on the couch anyway either. So that don't really make much difference there. But yeah, we finally got done. Heard from my cousin. She made it over to the hotel. Made it back safe and alive and stuff. And GPS took her. She said a completely different route again. She's never been the same route back and forth each way. Always taking her different directions. And I'm not sure what GPS he's using. I think she's using Google Maps, which I'm not really a fan of, but it is what it is. So, but yeah, that's all we got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.